Hi everyone, I'm Philippe and welcome to Concert Classical Guitars. And after a little discussion with Andre, we decided to do this short video to show you why and how do we choose the guitars that we have to offer for you. And so mostly the guitars are chosen for their musical qualities, and sometimes they are chosen for the power, but most of all the thing that we are for the passion we have for the guitar is to find something new or something that will give you something new compared to your traditional guitar. If you have a traditional guitar, something that is different from the guitars that we used to have, we all used to have. So right, and I'm going to show you the first checkup you have to do when you receive a guitar, and this is what I do when I arrive here at Andre's place, and what Andre is doing too. So first time you open the case and you just watch the guitar and just have a look at if it is safe, no problem, no troubles, no strings broken or things like this. So firstly I watch the top, I look at the top and I look at the grain, if how does it look, if I like it or not, even if it's a guitar that will go for a new owner. But I just like to enjoy the instrument for its beauty, and I try to put myself in your shoes. I mean, I try to be the buyer too. So I look at the headstock, how the wood that is used. Then I took off the guitar, I watched the tuners, the wood for the back and side, and sometimes I put my hand just a little like this. And then after that, immediately I do this. So I press the first string at the 12th fret, and I'm trying to understand the action, if it's all right, if it's for me, if it's good for everyone, because there are some simple bases. Sometimes sometimes it's slow, or it can be a little higher than usual, but depending on how the guitar reacts. I mean, it can be very low, but if the action of the top, if it's moving a lot or not, you will have no buzz if it's slow. But and in the other case, if it's a little higher, if the top is moving a lot, you need more action here. So it's not a trouble, not too much, but you have to be sure it's good for you. If it has to be just tweaked a bit, Andre is always taking care of the guitars. I bring the guitar to our luthier and is adjusting a little bit to make it perfect for everyone. But in the process of traveling, sometimes it can move a little, or when you receive the guitar, of course the strings are a little looser, so you have to wait maybe 2 to 3 days before the top is replaced as its right place. So this is, you have to wait, and to be sure everything is perfect. And of course sometimes I do things like this. I watch, just the line of the neck, just see how it is, if it's straight, or if there's the little curve, if it's not under bow, but it has to be above a little. And then the first thing I do, which is unusual for most of the players, I put the guitar on my lap like this. Sometimes I put it back in the case, and I do this. Just the first string. And I try to move around just to hear how it reacts. And I'm sitting in front, so I hear what the others are hearing, Because when you play, you're behind the guitar and the sound is out front. Sometimes you might think, well, it's not as good as I might have heard on the video or think. You put it like this and then you hear what you've heard on the video or what the listener. And then I do the other strings. But I can spend a few seconds, maybe up to 1 minute on the first string. Just to see if the sound is modulating, the tone. And then I push a little more on the strings just to see if it buzzes or not. Kind of weird, but always with the open strings. And well, what we are looking for, of course, is tone quality. But of course, if the guitar doesn't have enough tone quality, most of the time it returns to the maker. We don't sell them. It's not fair to sell a guitar that is not enough in quality, depending on the price, of course. But if it's such a high price or good price for a guitar, it has to be real good in tone quality. Even if it's lattice, you like it or not, it's not a problem. But even for a lattice, it has to be good quality tone for the tone. Then I just play a few chords, a few strings together, always with the open strings. And then I will play the first bars. And listen if they are not too buzz or... And I'm not pushing too much. I mean, you have to play, depending. If it's a lattice brace, you don't need to put too much tension in your playing. And then I move around the fretboard a little bit. And I listen if there are some overtones. So this guitar is not just out of the case, of course, so she already had the overtones. But in most of the time, it's a brand new guitar. The overtones are coming a few minutes after, maybe 1 hour. So I will try to test, I try to understand how it reacts with the overtones, like this, and then I play. I watch carefully to the curve of the neck, the shape of the neck here. I have my favorite ones, of course, and you have yours, and it's very important when I detail the guitar that the shape of the neck is very important too. So because it's important for me, it will be important for everyone, every player. I tend to not like too much flatter shape here at the back, but I have friends that are great players and they love the flatter neck. And then I play chords, even bars, to see if I'm comfortable. And this is very important to be comfortable even in bar position when you play bar. And then after that I will play a few notes, even a few, just to see how it breathes and how the notes are behind. And when I get used to the guitar, I will try to play more pieces that I like, and slow pieces and fast pieces, just to see if I'm able to control my technique, and if the guitar is make me greater or not. because it's good to when it's great when the guitar for slow passages, but it has to be very precise when it's fast, you know, to hear every note. So this is very important. After that, when you play, you know, hearing the overtones and the sustain. I do that in the videos, you know, every note to hear if they are shorter. There is always a short notes or a little shorter sometimes. Sometimes it's perfect and it's pretty difficult, but and have, you know, the overtones, they help you not to have a too dry tone, because depending where you play, and if the room is dry and the guitar is dry, it's terrible, very difficult to play. And of course, one thing that is difficult to have on most of the guitars is to still have sustain after the 12th fret, and this is difficult, you know, still have the ringing of the notes. This is difficult, you know, after the 12th. Not on all the strings, because sometimes on the basses there's always sustain, you know, always. And sometimes here, after between the 6th and the 12th, here there's a whole strange world, and sometimes it's difficult to play, so you have to check this, you know. Of course, this guitar is a great guitar, but you have to check that on your guitar. And also, what we choose why do we choose on these modern guitars is because of the dynamic you can control, and you have to test that when you play one note, or you can push one note or go down pianissimo for all the notes, and you can control, you know, the notes that you want to be a little forte. If you want, I mean, it's just a show, huh? And also when you drop D, how does it sound with the drop D? Sometimes you drop your low E to D, and the sound and the guitar is finished. It doesn't sound anymore. But you have to all the accentuations on every note has to be very subtle and easy to make, and this is why we choose the modern guitars, because they can do that much better. And most of all, you have to love the sound and be comfortable. This is the most important to me. You have to what you hear has to be a part of you, and you have to feel yourself comfortable and think, this is my sound. This is the sound that I like. This is the sound that I love, and I'm comfortable. I can do that. So I hope this video can help you a little about the decisions, and when you choose a guitar, how to test it at home. Thank you.